But today, you want to talk about a revenge spot versus the Titans today. Who's the second string quarterback for the 49ers?
49ers is who?
Josh Dobbs.
That's right. I sat there and saw that earlier.
Titans are a -5.5 favorite tonight. That's scary versus Josh Dobbs.
Oh, man.
You know he's coming for revenge there.
Yes. That's going to be very, very interesting, man.
Yeah, we're going to see what Josh can do here. So, Josh Dobbs is being thrown in tonight. You also probably see a little bit of Brandon Allen for the 49ers at quarterback. Okay. Doubtful to see Christian McCaffrey with that injury he has. Probably won't see too much of the 49ers starters. But we will see some starters supposedly for the Titans. So, suppose we're going to get the Titans starters thrown out there for a couple of drives here. We're going to see Will Levis, hopefully some Tony Pollard. I know DeAndre Hopkins isn't playing because of the injury.
Right.
But we should see the Titans starters for a couple of drives. Then we'll see some Mason Rudolph, and we'll see the backups there. My bold prediction for this preseason is that Malik Willis takes Mason Rudolph's spot as QB2.
Okay. I can see that happen.
That's going to be my bold prediction. I've been hearing good things from Malik Willis's training camp.
Yes. I always thought he was a great quarterback. He was so green, and then
he was wrongly used by the last regime.
I mean, we passed up on a great opportunity with him, but hopefully now the ship is stable and they can utilize his talents, man.
Well, hopefully they call plays that are not handoff, 5-yard out route or slant. Let's see what they can do with Malik Willis and hopefully open up the playbook a little bit, let him throw. We're also going to see some battles here because this wide receiver room for the Titans is crowded.
Yes.
You got DeAndre Hopkins.
That's a good problem to have, though.
It's a good problem to have. A problem the Titans haven't had in a really long time.
Yes.
So you have DeAndre Hopkins. You have Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd. Those three are pretty much locked in as starters there. But then you're going to have other guys here clawing for the roster. You're going to have Kyle Phillips, who's wanting to play the slot as well. Nick Westbrook-Akine, who's been a solid force over the last couple of years. Probably a great wide receiver 4.
Yes.
But then you also have Treylon Burks, the former first-round pick from 2 years ago.
Internal closing.
Who's been hurt. Are we cheering?
No, we're not cheering for him. We're just trying to get this thing to work. But,
all right.
Okay, we can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's been hurt the last 2 years. Treylon. He's still got potential, though, and everybody's kind of split on Treylon. Yeah, he's got potential. He's done for. We've already seen this before in the past. Well, the man's a big body wide receiver, and playing at wide receiver 4, I think he could get open there. So he has a lot to prove.
This is it, man. This is it for you, guy. I mean, really.
It is. And then, of course, you got Kyle Phillips, Mason Kinsey, Jaquan Jackson, who we took in the draft this year.
Yeah.
They're all fighting for that 6, 7 spot, potentially, depending on how many wide receivers we take into the regular season.
Right.
There's not enough room for everybody. So somebody's got to show out this preseason at wide receiver. That's an interesting battle to see there. Who does?
Do what we wanted to, the reason why we drafted you. Just do what we expect. I mean, that's it. I mean, there's no other way to get around it. We
need him to stay healthy.
You had rookie time. You had injury time. Now it's time to play, and that's a simple way to look at it.
He is huge, man, and he's strong.
Yes,
if we can get him involved the right way, if he can get his head on together right, get his body not to quit on him. We have a extremely talented wide receiver room if he's able to do what he's supposed to be able to do. That's going to be a hard one to stop if he can do what he's capable of.
Yes. I mean, we really need him. We really need his talent, and that's what was stable. That receiver room, man, is him. If he can come and give us some great catches and keep the ball moving for us when we need it, especially when we get sort of bogged down. He's the big guy. He's like the tight end you throw to.
Yeah, he's got like Deebo Samuel, like strength.
Yes,
he's not guy. Deebo Samuel. I'm not saying that at all, but he has that type of strength.
Yeah, he does
to break tackles. That's the thing too is Brian Callahan. He likes to run 4 wide receiver sets. So these guys are going to get to play. So it really is a battle almost between Nick Westbrook-Akine and Treylon Burks there for that wide receiver 4 spot. And so we'll see kind of how that plays out there.
Hey, Akine played really good last year.
He's played, he's just done what you've asked of him every year. I know he catches a lot of flack, and I've been one of the people that's probably given him some flack.
Yeah.
But it's also because we were playing him as a wide receiver too, and that's not his role.
Right.
He's a good wide receiver 4. He's reliable. So we'll see. That's going to be an interesting preseason battle there.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
But we also have a preseason battle of a couple of spots on this offensive line, and we also have a battle here between supposedly Chig Okonkwo and Josh Wiley. So they've both had great training camps. They're battling out. I know there'll be a lot of 2 tight end sets, but they're battling it out to see who's going to be that real number 1 guy. So we'll see who can perform this preseason there. Another spot here, during the week this week, Sadiq Charles, our starting right guard, retired in the middle of the week.
That's right. Sure did.
So with that surprise comes having to fill that role. Who's being thrown into that role again? Somebody I don't think they wanted to throw back in that role, and that's Dylan Raduns.
Okay.
So, the former second-round pick there is getting a chance to play guard here and prove that he's capable of starting in this lineup. If not, we're going to see maybe Daniel Brunskill try to take that spot. I wouldn't be surprised if we pulled in another free agent guy, but that puts us in a tough position there, and that's going to be a battle this training camp of 2 guys who haven't proven themselves in a little while,
right,
to do something good. So Brunskill versus Raduns, we'll see who wins that battle for the starting right guard spot as well.
Well, you called it.
First talk show. So if you're listening, leave us a comment. If you've got any sports questions, we will read them live here on the air as well. Today we've got some questions here to be answered in that defense. We'll see if we see. Quandre Diggs today, the new signing out of formerly Seattle. Same thing for Jamal Adams and Elijah Molden. We've been hearing good things about Jarvis Brownlee Jr., the cornerback we selected in the draft. So hopefully we'll see him a little bit today. Jalen Harrell, the backup linebacker there. Coach Callahan was giving him a shout-out this week as the most impressive linebacker of training camp. So we'll see. He's listed as the 3rd string on the depth chart today. We'll see what he can do to potentially help fill that Arden Key role as he's out for suspension. But we'll get to see some linebackers today. Some of these interesting defensive battles here. Jack Gibbons, it seems like he's locked up that right inside linebacker spot, but Chance Campbell and Shane Ray and Cedric Gray, whoever we drafted in the draft this year, might have something to say about that. So we'll see what happens there. We'll also see which cornerbacks we end up keeping here after Chidobe Awuzie, L'Jarius Sneed. Of course, it seems like we're going to keep Jarvis Brownlee Jr. And Elijah Molden for that slot role. But, Caleb Farley, he's going to miss 2 weeks in this training camp and this preseason, which hurts him big time.
Yeah, he don't need to miss anything.
Yeah, he pulled his hamstring this year.
Yeah, boy, again, come on now.
But, the Titans have a couple of these guys that have huge potential.
Just right.
Who nobody's talking about national media-wise, at least, and who even our local media is not even bringing up very often. If either of these guys turns on the Jets and shows that first-round promise, we're going to be sitting in a really good position here. But we need to see that from either Treylon Burks or Caleb Farley.
Yes,
definitely. One of those guys would love to have them show up this season, and that could be a game changer for us.
I just received some information from a friend of the show, Mr. Chip Hobeck. Mr. Chip.
Just going to be the better backup there. I think we see Josh Dobbs play for a while, but once he comes out, I would probably play this Titans-49ers game like 49ers spread in the first half, Titans spread in the second half and to win. So I think the 49ers can keep it close with Josh Dobbs in there, but then I think ultimately when we see Malik Willis come in and face Brandon Allen there for the 49ers, I think that's where the Titans have the advantage. So I'm excited to see Malik Willis today. Again, I'm making a bold call here. I think Malik Willis could end up taking that QB2 spot there today.
Okay.
I've been guy, and really want to see him succeed. So,
Yes.
we'd love to see what he can do today with this new style of offense. So,
Well, he still has one of the best arms in the league. So, we're coming in. That's what they touted him with, having a great arm. So
I think he's just hard to tackle. So
yeah, and he can run. I think we still need to have that element. I don't think we need to be just so too gung ho on having a quarterback that just sits in the pocket. I think you're gonna have to be able to move. I've been saying that.
I like Will Levis. I think he can move too. Don't get me wrong. But what I want to see today, honestly, is I want to see the Titans come out. I want to see them be able to throw the football down the field, but also run the football down the field. I want to see this offensive line work. That's the biggest question mark for the Titans. Outside of course, is Levis going to be a real good quarterback, which is the biggest question any of us have. Will Levis be good? It's right there in the name. But I do think that Levis has the potential to show some people, prove some people wrong this NFL season. What we need to see is can this line be way better with Bill Callahan, one of the greatest offensive line coaches of all time, than it was last year, because we were awful at the line last year. You can't win football games if you can't protect the quarterback. So let's see what these Titans can do. We need to see if they can block. That's the biggest thing. Take away from me for the starters. Okay. What about you? What are you looking for tonight?
Well, I'm just hoping that we can just be consistent. I just want to see some consistency. That's really all I want to see is consistency. I mean, we need to start off being consistent on drives. We don't need to change our schemes in the middle of the game and decide to change everything. I just think we need to keep it simple.
Do you expect to see a lot more passing tonight than we've seen in the Mike Vrabel regime?
I'm thinking so. I'm thinking that's what they got the guy for. They got the guy because he has a great arm and accuracy. So, I mean, that's what you got him for. Why wouldn't you keep that going?
I 100% agree. I expect to see some passing tonight. That's why I'm happy to see Levis and Willis play tonight. I want to see I want to see them actually open up the playbook. But how about our boy Tavondre Sweat on the defensive side? That big guy, I've been hearing good things about him this training camp.
Yeah. But will the starters? Well, the starters, are they supposed to? None of the starters. Simmons is not playing, right?
I'm not sure. Let's see. I think that they are planning to play the starters for 1 to 2 drives.
This early?
Yeah.
That's taking some gambles. You know how the injury bugs are.
Titan starters will play for a series or 2.
Man, I'm hoping we can.
I doubt if anybody has any sort of injuries. I'm sure they're not playing. But would love to see a couple series at some time. I want to see the Titans come out there and prove that the starters are capable of blocking, moving down the field, and playing good defense. So I want to see the starters for a series or 2.
Okay, now if we get that, then I do want to see them. I want to see them move the ball. We don't have to necessarily score a touchdown, but I want to see them be able to move the ball, at will. If we can move the ball at will, then the touchdowns will come and all of that.
The last thing I want to see today is we snap the ball in offense and immediately they're pouring through our offensive line.
Right.
That is not thing I want to see. If Lulos comes out there, gets sacked, doesn't get a first down, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
And Levis running for his life,
that's
not going to be a good thing. That's not the look we're after.
He was bitten to a pretzel last year. I'm not sure how much of more of that he can take, but he is a big guy, so hopefully we see him run a little bit this season.
But it looked like he lost I saw him without the pay. It looked like he lost a little weight, man. He looked a little skinny.
I wouldn't use those words, but I think he does. I just hope he can throw some of those missiles. I think people are underestimating him, and he has the same sort of. I'm not gonna say talent level, but he has the same sort of structure of body and style of a Josh Allen.
Right.
Somebody who can launch the ball 80 yards down the field and run your over in the open field. So hopefully we see the potential tonight in some of those quick drives. But I want to see Malik Willis show out and prove us that if Levis does get hurt, we have somebody back there. But ultimately, we need the wide receivers to snap.
Come on, guys. Come on. And our defense, come on, man. Let's get some sacks.
Yeah,
let's get some sacks. Let's be relentless on defense, man. Come on, man.
See, I want to see Big Jeff and Tavondre Sweat today.
Yeah,
I want to see the havoc they can cause.
We need it, man. We really do. The fans need it. Come on, guys. Just get us a win, man. You know, this is even though it's preseason.
I see Tavondre Sweat. You know, he wants his nickname is T Sweat. I want to give him the nickname Little Tavondre.
Little Tavondre. Well, Little Tavondre, hey, we need some.
He's 6'6", 360. Little Tavondre.
Also, I want to see our running backs move the ball. I want to see that too.
This is going to be one of the most interesting things too over the course of the season. Is Tony Pollard going to be that guy, or is Tony Pollard from Memphis there? Is he going to be the guy, or is Tajay Spears, who showed electricity last year, going to be the guy?
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be good because you can't sit back on your laurels. You got a guy that's coming after your position. So
I think he will. I think this is a very similar situation. I want to bring this up too. Remember when DeMarco Murray came in to the Titans and we had D. Henry backing him up?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think this is like he learns from the veteran there, but he's got the skill set. He's extremely fast. I think we end up seeing Spears taking his role around week 8, week 9.
I mean, Pollard used to look fast, man. So let's see if we can get that.
Hopefully we get
cranked. I would like to see both of them in the backfield at the same time.
Yeah.
I want the defense. See, I want defenses to have to think.
They're both receiving backs, which I like.
Yes. I want to. We always do it. Well, let's take him out and put the other one in. No, I want the defense to be like, hey, either one of these guys in this backfield can take it.
What are they doing? Because that's something that we did not have with Derrick Henry. We took him out. They know exactly what we're doing. We're throwing on third down.
So there you go. Right. I didn't like that. So
and so now you never know what you're going to get out of those guys because they can both run. They can both catch. So definitely a switch of the running back strategy. But I think it's an indication of Brian Callahan being a throwing offense guy. So hopefully we see some more throwing today and less running.
Yes. Well, guys, we just about end this edition of the Lead Sports Talk Show. Check us out on Facebook,